This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight, we are going to be discussing T.D. Jakes, A Fallen Shepherd. And we're going to start things off with a little video. So, Gregory, go on and give us the video.
Gregory Lacey's screen tap selected.
To convince you or nobody. I ain't come to convince you or nobody, because I know who I am. I came to hear the master say, well done, thou good and faithful servant.
Geno Jennings is a bold preacher known for his straightforward and unapologetic approach to delivering his messages. He's often praised for his fearlessness in addressing controversial topics and expressing the views of the scriptures without hesitation. During one of his live broadcasts, he publicly criticized T.D. Jakes for associating with Diddy and attending his parties.
T.D. Jakes was hanging out at a rapper and twerking party. What? That Puff Daddy held. He's sitting right there. Old T.D. Snakes. Amen. They there twerking and everything. T.D. Snakes right there.
My Lord, my Lord.
Meeting tap selected.
All right, let's get right to it. So, we got a member of the clergy, once well-respected man that, was praised and revered, and now he somehow earned the ridicule and the jeers of his peers, or would-be peers, I say, or should-be peers. Would be, should be, could be. All of the above applies to this situation. So let's get some little background about Thomas Dexter Jakes Sr. So I believe he's 67 years old right now. He has a mega church in Dallas, Texas, and it's called the Potter's House. He has a congregation of 30,000 members. Woo! He went from a storefront to a mega church.
Yeah, he got the big name people. Don't forget the Braxtons, when they was going through their struggles, they went to see T.D. Jakes, which put him also on the map. So the more stars that he deal with, the more he's gonna get more public influencers, actors, any type of people, that got money. Because that's what his aim was, to get the people that got money to back him to make his church mega. Because that's how he got mega, with those big names backing him. Not only T.I., and then he doing like pop-up churches, doing tours of pop-up churches, and everybody like, yeah, T.D. Jakes, he's the man. He's preaching this, he's preaching that, not knowing that this dude is undercover.
Timmy, let me pause you right there. This is why I was trying to give everybody this little background information. And so, again, let me reiterate this. Tonight, what we're going to attempt to do, like many nights, is we're going to dissect this topic, this situation. but I'm going to need everybody to wait until you are called on, because there's a method to my madness, because I have some questions to help keep us on track with this discussion, and I don't want people to get off topic. So I have questions to make sure this is a structured conversation, and I want to ask them in order. So I'm going to ask people to wait until they're called on, so that you don't be jumping the gun talking about things before I ask you the questions, leading you in. All right. But thanks for that insight. So as I was saying, TD Jakes went from a storefront church to a mega church. So he went from preaching to a congregation of 10 to 30,000. Now, TD Jakes is considered to be like, according to who you talk to, depending on who you're talking to, he's the he is the pastor of the United States. He's traveled with President Bush. He's given counsel and prayed with Obama and others. But right now, the dear pastor seems to be allegedly embroiled in some legal issues. And what's facing him right now is misappropriation and embezzlement. So misappropriation of funds and embezzlement, and from his church. Now, this is unfortunate, but what is even more unfortunate is there's some supporting charges, which doesn't look well, because recent videos have surfaced with him being an active member at P. Diddy's parties. And these allegations of sexual misconduct certainly don't help him when you got videos like that circulating throughout social media. So that doesn't look good. So let's get right to
He's
it.
like that New York dude. He's like the New York pastor, embezzling money from the people.
So
That's what he's doing.
I'm gonna say allegedly, because right now he hasn't had his day in court, hasn't been proven. So we're gonna say allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly until he's proven to be guilty or found guilty. So
When
let
it
me go ahead
comes
and
to
put this.
us, Dave,
Let me go.
you done it.
Let
When
me
it
go.
comes to us, you done it.
Let me go ahead and put this disclaimer in before we jump on it. So the views of the panel members are their views and their views alone. They no way represent the Still a Man platform, but this is an open forum, so they certainly are welcomed. All right, let's get right to it. First question. Well, let me ask you guys. So Timmy, I'm gonna go to you first, because you've been rather adamant about not just TD Jakes, but other pastors. And I'm talking about their behavior with handling funds for the church. You have stated this several times, but I want you to make sure that your answers pertain to this topic that we're talking about. We're talking about this bishop that's under fire, this pastor that's under fire. So I want you to make sure your answers relate to the questions. All right. So do you believe, do you agree with Reverend or Pastor Geno Jennings, where he says that he says that T. Jakes is a snake? And those pastors like himself that have these mega churches, they don't preach against sin. They preach about everything else but that. And that is why they put butts in the seats. That's why they have the the following that they do. So, do you agree with him?
It's like this. See, like you said, he started with 10 people. And then he gradually grew. Okay, what the Reverend done said about him is true to an extent. And the reason why I say it's true to an extent, because who's to say this dude ain't kicking dirt on Jake's so he can get in position. Now, if he is really about what he say he's about, cause to me, like I've been telling you all along, and I've been saying it for a long time, there's nothing wrong with a preacher or a pastor or a reverend or bishop uh indulging far as getting a house and a decent car. But when it comes to the diamonds and diamond rings and Versace suits and shit like that, you're not for the goddamn community. That's the way I look at it. They're not for the damn community because people who are for the community could live in an ordinary house, drive a sufficient car, and live rich by living in the goddamn neighborhood, by the respect that they get from the people in the neighborhood that they done help out. You understand? So people like TV Jakes and those other people that they learn from the Jimmy Swaggers and all them, they started it, and then you got a bunch of black folks that follow in pursuit, you know. But that's the way I think that it should be. If you really about helping the community, you shouldn't enrich your goddamn self on the back of the goddamn community. That's what I think. And I think that is blasphemy that you are talking you should give me your riches and don't give back to the damn community.
All right. So well said, well said. All right. We're gonna go to Patsy next. Patsy, do you agree with the with Gino, with the Reverend, the pastor, what he said regarding TD Jakes and them being snakes?
I really don't know all the information about like why he thinks TD Jakes is a snake, because apparently he went to these parties to some Diddy's parties and stuff, because you don't know why he went there in the first place. So he could have went there just to see what really is going on in these parties, and this way he could try to at least pastor this man and kind of understand and get the nitty gritty about what he's doing. Wait, on the other hand, he could have been like participating within what the party was about. Who's to say? I wasn't there. I don't know TD Jakes personally, so and I do enjoy watching a lot of the shows
His
that come
sermons.
on. His sermons and everything that comes on TV. So as far as anything outside of that realm of what I see on TV, I'm not sure because I'm not there.
Okay, well said.
So
Well
you
said.
can't really pertain what's being said about him by another preacher.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Robert, same question.
Yeah, in the same circle.
Ask me that question once upon a time.
So, just so we clear, you want me to ask you the question again?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
bedtime story.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what he
All
said.
right, so
That's what he meant.
basically,
Yeah.
watching the
I
video,
speak clear waters.
do you agree with what Gino said regarding TD Jakes?
All right, let me take it from here. On one hand, you got Pastor, let me see that Pastor Rowe. And then the other hand, you got a man named that represents evil comings. That is Gino. He would like to sit and shine the dark sun on Pastor TD, but his is yet to come. They always say, be careful how you speak about someone else. Because whatever you have done in your past, because you spoke upon someone now, they will reveal your dirt too. So
That's Lord.
I say, TD Jakes know what he have done. The Lord knows what he have done, and everyone he done it with knows what he have done. Just like Gino. His day's coming.
All right, well said, y'all. I gotta applaud y'all right off the back. Y'all coming out, y'all making sense, and I like it. I hope we continue in this direction. All right, let's get another lady's perspective. Duchess, you ready to share? Do you agree
And
with?
you got Gina here, by the way.
All right, welcome.
All right,
Thank you. All right, Duchess, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Don't sound so disappointed. I mean, give us.
Dude, you know.
Oh shit, I could dig it.
All right, so same question, beloved. What do you got for us? Do you agree with Gino, or do you what is it? Do you agree with the video?
I mean, if he has a problem with him, I mean, I guess you could say it out loud. I don't like the mockery of it or per se. If he's supposed to be preaching a word about false prophets or whatever, he's doing it in a manner that could be put off by some. As with most people, I don't know all of the allegations, and I would like to hear them played out in a court of law or whatever, because there's so much out here with somebody starting a rumor that's not necessarily true. It takes traction, and everybody thinks it is true, and then come to find out it's not. So, a lie spreads like wildfire compared to the truth. So, I would like to hear what the truth of the matter is before making an assumption in any type of my feelings towards it.
He's in federal papers.
Okay. All right.
He's in federal papers.
Hold on, Timmy. Hold on. Let's get someone else's perspective. Let's get Gregory. How'd you feel about the video?
I really don't care. I'm gonna talk bad about the pastor. He ain't got nothing on me. Now listen.
He don't know you.
After Diddy went down and that man got on that stage and gave that sermon and talked about being swallowed up, and mannerism is a thing. You people can tell when you're talking to a man that's probably on the other side. You get what I'm saying? You can look at this man and tell by the way he's walking and talking and acting. His mannerism is telling. So it's crazy to be like, This dude wasn't at Diddy's party being the person that they said he was at Diddy's party being.
Right.
The power bottom.
Right.
Okay.
He was engaged
So
like a motherfucker.
that's
walking
your...
around with a broke back. That's why Gino made that the mannerism that he walks like that. The dude walks like that. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Walking around talking about
He's making in front of him.
Walking with a broken back. Look crazy. And he was just
He's
talking about
mocking
he
him.
was a power bottom.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Brady. You been research. Go ahead.
All
Yep,
right.
yep.
Gigi, Gina, let's get your perspective. I don't know if you saw the video.
No, I didn't see the video, but I've been listening. I like TD Jakes. I have his book. I have his book. I've listened to his sermons. I've listened to his daughter's sermons. I know he did hang out with or he had took a picture with like Diddy or whatever, but I mean, I would find it really hard to believe that he is not who he say he is. If it's, on the other side, or if he's like a false prophet or whatever. I think he's a very wise black man, and he changed my life in many ways. So yeah, I don't have nothing bad to say about him.
Okay. We're gonna go to Sean. Sean, how you feel about the video?
If I may, I want to do a 30-second pushback on your opening dialogue.
Okay.
What you said, I know you used the word allegedly, but there is no evidence of anything that you said about him using misappropriation of the church's money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll push back even further on that to where TD Jakes has nothing to do with, and I want you all to hear me when I say this, with the Potter House as far as being the bishop in the emeritus of that church, meaning that his organization, TD Jakes Ministry, is larger than the Potter's House ministry.
Yes, it is.
That's where his money comes from.
Hold on, Timmy. Hold on.
That's where his money comes from. So if he was to misappropriate anything, most likely it would be from his own organization.
That's what they was talking about.
And so now to answer your question with Gino Jennings, if you know anything about Gino Jennings, he attacks every preacher of every faith and every denomination that doesn't believe the way that he believes.
Mm.
And it's all about jockey position.
Hold on, Timmy. You're gonna have to let the
go ahead. I know. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Sean.
Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
He likes to preach holiness or hell.
Mm-hmm.
And there is nothing wrong with preaching holiness or hell, because that's how we should believe. But what he fails to understand, I shouldn't say he fails to understand, what he doesn't speak on, his whole word, if you ever watch him preach, his words is always tearing down other men and women in the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And even if those are his opinions and his feelings and everything, I go with Keon. There's a way that you go about calling out your fellow brothers and sisters without making mockery.
Right.
And trying to bring shame to them.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I got a question.
Wait, hold on.
Oh no.
Gregory, hold on. Let Sean finish. Go ahead, Sean.
He was done.
Are you certain?
I was done. Yes.
All right. So hold on, Gregory. And before you start asking a question, hold on to that question, because we spoke about this. I don't want to start a whole nother conversation without other people getting a chance to answer the first question. So hold your question. If it's something, a rebuttal to what Sean said, hold on to it.
No, I just wanted some understanding, but.
All right. Get your understanding. What is it that you don't understand?
So in apocalyptic Armageddon type times, is a person supposed to be nice about the way that they're giving their sermon?
You're asking me?
Yes.
It's not about them being nice, but you don't have to tear down an individual.
Okay, that's your answer. Now, Sean, let me ask you a question too before I go on to do. And anybody just joined us tonight, we are discussing T.D. Jakes, A Fallen Shepherd. And that is in question form. So Sean, when you said you wanted to go back to my opening remarks, are you saying that you agree with my choice of words when I said that allegedly?
Not so much that I agree with your words, because I haven't heard or seen anything out there that.
Yeah, that's why I said allegedly. That's why I use that term allegedly, because they don't. I'm not gonna say it's true because I don't know. That's certain speculation. That's what they're saying. That's why I said allegedly.
Because I haven't even seen that, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I haven't even seen anything
Oh, so
on people saying that he's mishandling. I know that they have a problem with his lifestyle, meaning that they put him on the pedestal of prosperity preachers. But I have not heard anyone, whether it be news pods or gossip blogs or anything else, that says that he's misappropriate
Yeah.
yes, of the funds of the church.
Okay, so let me be clear about this. So before I go on to do it, I'm probably coming to you. So the reason why I said allegedly, because I should be clear about this, and I was going to cover this, but I guess this is the best time to do it right now to clear this up. There's a lot of clickbait out there on social media. So I would caution everybody when doing research and looking at stuff like that. This is why I said allegedly, because the information I got is from the social media. You got people on YouTube and you got people on the internet saying that this is so. But I don't know for certain that this is so, because I couldn't find any type of legal documents or anything saying that he's been arrested. But this is what it's saying on social media. So that's why I said alleged, because these people are alleging is they don't. I don't believe they know it to be true until I see something that says we interrupt this program to tell you that T.D. Jakes is next to P. Diddy. Until I see something like that, it's speculation. All right, so let me just be clear about that. That's why I use that term. But Sean, I can always count on you to make sure you keep me on point with the references and things like that. So I appreciate it. Dude, you with us?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
All right, I'm gonna let you have at it. How you feel about the video?
Well, it takes a snake to know a snake.
Ooh.
And Sean said my whole
that.
spiel because I know pretty much about Geno Jennings too, and all he does is stop mess with a lot of people. But I know there's one person that he wouldn't go against, and that was Pastor Dow. But he's running from him. But he goes at everybody. He tears everybody down. And another thing is, like, I know
who he is.
I know we all know the Bible pretty well, and we really got to understand that, because I know we got all these pastors out here that we like, and these pastors of today and these lawmakers of today are nothing but the Pharisees and Saint Hendrins of the old Bible. When the Most High use somebody to deliver the word, it's not going to be any of them. So no matter how good they talk, no matter how good of a servant it is, it's not going to be any of those.
Say it again, sir.
Just to the Most High.
Okay. Well, so I'm telling you guys are on it tonight. Y'all coming out the gates. Y'all making sense, and I'm loving it. Did everyone get a chance to answer the first question regarding the video? All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna stay with you, dude. So let me ask you a question. Do you believe that let me say, how did they put it? The Apostle Bishop T.D. Jakes is a man of God, or is he simply a fraud?
Well, to me, any pastor that always preaches exoteric, they don't want you to learn shit. And all these pastors, all especially all the gospel, all the ones that are they teach you, they got to teach you. They're teaching you exoteric when they should be teaching you esoteric. And if you knew esoteric, then you would know how to deal with your life. You know when you wouldn't be struggling. They're doing this to you on purpose. They all work. They all get their schooling from the same place. They're all designed to teach the same thing.
The
And they all
mystery school.
sign up for this for the same tax break thing, the 5, I forgot what it's called. And and under this thing, they can't teach certain things and do certain things. So they got to teach you exoteric. And if they teach you esoteric, then you know how to deal with your life. So I don't trust none of them. I don't like none of them. And for the fact is, I used to watch what's his name all the time, Bishop Eddie Long. Who ever thought? So it don't. I used to say I watched him all the time. I used to like the way he preached. But look what happened. So why not T.D. Jakes? Why not
Right.
whoever Creflo Dollar? They can preach a good word. A pimp can preach a good word too.
Yeah, dig it. Like
You know
Bishop Don Juan.
is a preacher.
Bishop Don Juan.
You
know,
guys,
the thing is that we really have to be discernment in this time. We really got to understand us. We got to know ourselves. If you don't know who you are, don't expect nobody else to know who you are. And if you don't give yourself 100%, don't expect no one else to give you 100%. Not real 100% with yourself. Don't expect no one to be real with you 100%, because you got to start with yourself. And that's what the Messiah was telling you. You got to know who you are. You got to know who you are. If you know who you truly are, then you know who the Father is. And because they've been teaching us exoteric, we can't get that. Esoteric teaches you about all the inside, the mind, the brain, and the spirit, how it all works together. They're not teaching you that. All they say, I'm spiritual. Oh, this is so spiritual. No, we are the technology of this earth. There's no being and nothing greater than us. Then why are we down? Because they keep teaching us outside of ourselves. They're sucking all the valuable stuff out of us, and we're chasing all the stuff that's outside of us when we have it all inside of us. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but that's something.
No, it doesn't. You look inside, not outside.
And the only reason I'm saying this because I really need to know, because you don't. These ports shutting down is going to be a big thing. And if it's shut down for more than 5 days, it's going to be a big problem. A big problem. This world's going to change overnight. Overnight.
The products that you depend on is going to be
a real prophet of God right now will be preparing you for what to do next. And ain't none of them doing that. None of them doing that. A real prophet of the Most High will be preparing you for what to do and how to do it.
All right. Patsy, same question. Do you think the bishop is a man of God, or is he a fraud?
It's hard to say, I do like a lot of his preachings and a lot of what he says. But that doesn't mean that he's all of a man of God or all of a false prophet. But the bottom line still is he is a human being just like the rest of us are. So you have to take things with a grain of salt and use your discernment in on how you see that person.
Okay. I'm loving it. All right, Timmy, it's on you. Do you think that T.D. Jakes is a man of God, or is he simply a fraud? And be brief, but be brilliant.
He's a fraud. Again, like I keep saying, for the man of God ain't gonna take. They're gonna give more than they take. If they get the back end off of something which is crumbs, then they happy with it because they gave the majority of it to the people that needed it. So he's a fraud.
All right. So you believe he's a fraud? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, good. I like it. I like it. All right, Itzma, welcome. You ready to share?
I am.
All right. So the question is, do you believe that the how did they say it again? The apostle Bishop T.D. Jakes is a man of God, or is he simply a fraud?
This is something that we cannot go without.
Yes.
I think a lot of
All right.
You know what? He could have been a man of God and something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because no one's perfect, and it's hard. You know what I mean? To serve God, it's hard. A lot of things people gotta let go. So I can't say he's not a man of God. I can say he probably was. It's something.
So one more time, because you're breaking up. Okay, I think we lost her. Itzma, if you can hear me, I'll come back to you. You broke up. All right, let's get Robert's perspective. Robert, is the bishop man of God, or is he simply a fraud? You gotta turn your phone on.
All right, I was sitting here contemplating with the brain. Should I use this word? Would it make sense? And I said, you asked me, was he a man of God or a man of fraud? And I said, well, the word scarred came to my mind. A lot of these pastors, the things they do and what they say can scar your mental, damage you, leave a mark. And it might not be a good mark on your life preference. You might believe in this man. Hey, I'm talking around here. You might believe in this man so much, you end up affecting the way you start to live. You trust him within him. I don't think that he's a man of. I think he's a man of opportunity.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right, Gina, you think Bishop T. Jakes is a man of God, or do you think he's simply a fraud?
A man of God.
Man of God. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Short and sweet.
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Lacey, same question.
This feels like a history lesson for me with 3 stops. I'm gonna go back to Nat Turner. Nat Turner, they was pushing the. If you seen what was going on, they already had pastors that was preaching the word in a way that they wanted them to preach the word, to allude to what dude was saying earlier. And then if you go past that, you get to realize that the apostles and the Christianity stuff is coming from Catholicism, which is coming from the Romans who conquered everybody. And their point is coming from different religious texts from all over the world of these people that they conquered, and they put together a story for us to believe and to have and to preach it the way that they want us to preach it.
No, Greg, can I add on to you real quick? So with that said and done, you know where the Dead Sea Scrolls? I do real study. I don't
From
go
Egypt.
Google.
It's Egyptian.
You know where the Dead Sea Scrolls are found?
They're from Egypt.
No, they're not.
Where are they from?
They're from Mississippi, here in the United States. That's where they
Listen,
found them.
you don't listen.
And they were sold.
I could go deep into that, the connection with the Americas in Egypt really being America and them changing around the maps and all this because they conquered us. You won't know where you really at.
You're right. Everything's been switched upside down and
so
all
when
the way
you're
around.
saying that,
So when you're saying that, the way they place the story though is as if this story comes from Africa, but it's really coming from the Americas, knowing that the real Egypt is
And you
America.
know where they messed up? When they were selling it, they put it in the paper to sell it. And guess who brought it in 1947? A Jewish guy, of course, right?
The Smithsonian, the Smithsonians, they buy everything, bro. They buy all the historic landmarks so they can keep the story going of the way that they want it to go.
Now I'm
No,
gonna have to. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to.
sorry, Dave. You're right. We
Or
get
Good
Dave.
I'm gonna have.
education, boys.
I'm gonna
Good
have to.
education.
I'm gonna have to ask you to make this relate to what we're talking about. Now, is he a fraud or is he a man of God?
That's what I was saying from the beginning. So he's coming from the Nat Turner preachers, where you're getting these people out here in the world where they're allowing, because these people get different privileges from regular taxpaying citizens, being a
Tax
person
free.
that's leading a church. You get what I'm saying? So I
Tax
understand,
free.
oh, pastor gotta live type thing, but then when you start looking around, you start realizing that just like McDonald's or a liquor store, these churches are everywhere, and there's people that are profiting off of things that
Yeah.
are different from the religious standpoint that they should be profiting on.
Okay, so again,
They're fraud.
just put it in layman's terms.
They're fraud.
Okay, thank you. Duchess, you with us?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You got to get you some energy over there.
Uh-oh.
Same question. Do you think that TD Jakes is a fraud or a man of God?
I'm in no position to call anyone a fraud. If he is a man of God, that will be shown. So that's my answer.
Okay. All right. Sean, same question.
He's a man of God until he's not.
Ooh.
And and what I mean by that, I will believe that he's a man of God until he starts teaching heresy.
Ooh.
Or until he get arrested and for some crime or something.
No, Timmy, that's not what he said, and that's not his answer. That's your answer. Go ahead, Sean.
And then that's all I got.
All right, dude, it's on you. Is Bishop T.D. Jakes a man of God or is he a fraud?
Well, you got to go by the Bible tells us to go by the fruits he produced.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to look at the fruit he's producing. Now he got some mega church making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and I don't know what he's doing with his money, so I can't say that. So I just got to go by the fruits he produced.
All right. I'll bring you to this question. The next question is, I'm talking to you, dude. Do you believe that there's such a thing as predatory grooming and it's common practice in the clergy or in the religious community? So again,
Yes.
do you, Sean? I mean, excuse me, do you believe that,
This is Timmy speaking. Yes.
Yes.
You guys, you're gonna have to let me ask the question so the rest of the panel can hear it. Again, do you believe that predatory grooming is common practice in the clergy and in the religious community?
Oh yeah, sure there is. That's why it's always there's not. I can see if there was one or two, but there's always something coming out about always. There's always. So yes, it is a grooming, and it is a grooming process, and not only in those fields, but in a lot, as you see in a lot of the other industries as well too. It's just that some of this more. You not expect that to be in a church setting, or you expect that not to be like in certain settings. You don't expect that, so that's why it hits harder when it's a pastor or a priest or there's really no more priests yet, not no more. But anyways, when a man of supposedly God does it, it's like, oh, like you're supposed to be, whatever you're teaching us and whatever. That's why they need to teach us esoteric, not exoteric. Yes, very important. I know I keep saying that you got to find a difference between the two because they're not helping. All they're doing is saying, oh, You got something? Okay, just take this pill a day, and the pill will take every 8 hours. You got to take a pill for the headache to go away. Instead of him showing you how to get rid of it.
And
Oh,
and
so
hold on.
they are covering up the symptoms instead of getting to the root of the damn problem.
So, dude, I'm gonna ask you to do this before we
No,
go.
my bad, David. They're
No, no,
doing worse
no.
than that to me. They don't even want you to think you got any symptoms. They think you can just say, "Oh, in Jesus' name, we're forgiven." Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, dude, I'm gonna ask you before we go on because you've used that term several different times. Can you go ahead and put that in layman's terms?
Which one?
Exoterist.
So it's pretty much like I said, exoteric is pretty much teaching you stuff outside of yourself, like look in the sky, all the stuff about tangible things. That's where you get the sermon so your eyes can be visual. But the esoteric is teach you about the mind and the spirit, how they work together, how you can, not saying like what these people be talking about on TV, hocus pocus, manifest, all this other stuff, how you could keep you on track to do what you need to do, how to stay focused when you're dealing with stress, how you're staying focused when there's no man around or no woman around and no stuff. These are things that we should know and we don't know. And without those things, we're lost and we do anything. That's why people do crazy shit. And you got all these churches on the corner. And I'm going to just use this for an example. The United States of America has the best healthcare in the world, quote unquote. Yep. During the COVID crisis, it had the most deaths. How can you explain that? So to me, you're not the best. You know who had the less?
Because it was a lie. I explain it to you. It was a lie.
It was the fucking idiot.
Hold on, so let me jump back on track. I
all
brought
of a
that up
sudden,
for a reason.
all
I
the
want to
other
jump back on track. My bad, guy, because I want to get Dave off track. So with that said and done, you got a church on every corner, and the hood ain't getting no better.
Nope. Which means that the church is profiting off of the people, the community.
Just like the white man. That's the American dream, is to profit off of us.
Push on that a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna come to you next. Ladies, hold tight. Go ahead, dude. Finish up.
No, I'm done. I want to let someone else talk.
Go ahead. Sean was about to.
Yeah, let Sean
about
go.
to do a pushback on him.
I'm gonna put. I don't disagree with everything that he was saying, but what I will say is that we as people, and I'm not talking just us Black people, just we as people alone. I've been to many of churches of different denominations across the country to where they teaching you the Bible that you believe in. And I've heard them on many occasions, and we've even said it on this show to each other. We need to hear what they're saying, but what they're teaching you, go back and study what they taught you so that you have a better understanding and the knowledge for yourself.
Fact check.
That's where we're falling short.
Fact check.
It's not all on
No, Sean, you're correct. Sean, you're correct. I hear a few pastors, when they start telling you that, they're trying to tell you, I can't tell you everything, so you need to read, you need to study. So you're right on that one, but very few.
You fact checking. You can't go by on man's word. You have to do research and fact check. So somebody tell you one thing, and then you say, "Oh, that can't be true," and they silence the people who tell you to go and fact check. They silence those people that that's giving you the truth. J. Edgar Hoover.
No.
Let me say this. I would be real brief and brilliant with it. You take your relationship with God, take the knowledge that you're hearing from people, the information that you're hearing from people, and how about you switch that to where, because they're trying to put you in the spirit realm, and if you can't focus completely in that way, look at it as you meeting someone, and you've heard stories about an individual, but you didn't know anything about them completely until you formed your own relationship with them.
Okay. So now I need you get you to answer the question. Do you feel like the predatory grooming is common practice in the clergy and in the religious community?
Common practice. That's pretty steep, but I would say that that's to answer your question, yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I believe it's in every organization and every affiliate industry.
Okay.
Because
Yes, it's so
everything
true
is
that. Yes, they do that. Yes.
All right, Timmy. So I'm gonna permit me to go on to the others because I'm not gonna ask you the question because you pretty much answered it while everybody
Yep.
else was
Yep.
answering.
Yep.
All right, ladies, thank you for waiting. I appreciate you. Patsy, let's go on. I want you to answer the question, beloved. It is, do you think predatory grooming is best practice or common practice in the clergy and in the religious community? Because there ain't nothing good about it. But go ahead.
Yeah, to a certain extent, there is predatory grooming. So you have to be careful of wolves in sheep's clothing no matter where you go. And especially in the church, because a lot of times they can be on the download about stuff that they're actually out there doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Go ahead, Pastor.
you got to be discerned with what you're doing and what you're allowing. A lot of these preachers and the staff are doing or what they're saying they're doing. You have to be careful and you have to really talk to your children and be careful of and be mindful of what your child is exposed to and have that conversation with them. So what did you learn today at Sunday school or Bible camp or whatever you have your children in? So this way, you know what they're exposed to or what they're telling you, So yeah.
I like that, Patsy, because I think that that's something that's needed. I think we should treat that like that every time our children go out in the world and stuff, even when they go to work, school. So church should be no different. You should be inquiring what took place. What did you learn today? What happened? I agree with you. Let me get another female's perspective. Gigi, you still with us, Gina?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm still here. I agree. I agree with Patsy. What exactly what she said. I feel like you need to be careful about wherever you are, but I do feel like um, there's predators in the religious community. I feel like it's probably more in one religion than in other religions, but yeah, I think you got to be careful everywhere you go, regardless.
All right. Itzma, do you think there's a lot of predatory grooming in the clergy and in the religious community? Itzma, are you still with us?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I agree. Yep, and I agree with Patsy. Am I saying it right, Patsy? Yeah.
Okay.
Go back.
Let's go to Kiana next. Kiana,
He stepped out for a second.
all right.
David.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
David.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I know we all answered the question, but I want to just because of our viewers, I like for us to be what's the word I'm looking for? Shucks. Because the question was, do we think there's predatory grooming in the church? And the way that we answered it as a broad question of manipulation of any and everything, when predatory grooming is actually deals with sexuality.
So you wanna elaborate on it? Hold on one second.
I need us to be intentional with the questions that are asked and that you're getting the answers that you're looking for that pertains to your question.
Got it.
Well, Sean, there ain't no secret that all religion done had some type of allegation of sexual abuse, right?
You are correct.
And every goddamn religion it's been came out, right? So why you can't, you see that it's going on, and it's been out there about all types of religions that's been doing it.
Do you hear
Why
the water dripping?
But
why you
Yes,
I
can't
sir.
hear what you're saying.
you have no choice but to make your decision like, damn, every religion done had some type of sexual abuse in their congregation, or not. If it ain't in their congregation, they done did something with people that was involved in the kids and whatnot. So why wouldn't you think that, people that see this going on say, yo, all the religions are full of shit. They all is about them
Timmy?
molestation, they all about getting money and whatnot. So that's what I was saying. People gonna draw their opinion off of what is being put out there, and because it's being broadcasted, you gonna make your own decision on especially you see different religions. So
No,
who can you trust?
and I hear you, and I get all that. That's what I was saying. I just all of our answers, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't speak to that. It spoke to just overall
Because you
broadness.
haven't heard from
You're right.
Clearwater
You're right.
yet.
All right, Sean. Robbie, answer.
All right, I'm gonna try to keep this within, the way you want it answered and how the question
No,
was.
it's not the way he wanted to be answered.
I'm saying how the question was asked. I'm basically gonna tell you from growing up to the time you become a young adult or adult. Period. Your moms and your father should do two things: empower you with knowledge and strengthen you with strength. So that way, when you go into church, into the school system, into the work field, or even the hospital, trusting within a doctor, you should know what they should not be doing to you or taking advantage of you. If you are naive, these people will play on your dumbness or you're not being experienced. They will play on your weakness. That's when the predatory or whatever the grooming come in, where they will definitely take advantage of you sexually. First they mind fuck you, and then they convince you that everything that they wanted you to do is okay, is within means. Do it being Jesus said it was all right, or this is the way a doctor's supposed to touch you because the doctor knows your body more than maybe you might know it. The teacher, well, I'm teaching you this way so you can grow up to become a teacher like me. So if you let me touch you, you'll be a great teacher. These things happen because maybe at home you should teach your kids no one should touch you in this manner. No one should talk to you in this way. No one should, if they start trying to persuade you there's good for their evil doing, then maybe that person or that place ain't for you to be with or at.
Okay. Well said. Gregory, go on and take a shot at that.
I think this sounds like another history lesson with 3 stops again. First, I'm gonna go to Pocahontas, which is based on a true story. Good cross-bearing Christians came over on these ships and had a relationship with this young girl. Do you know how old Pocahontas was? 14 to 13. They didn't even know. They thought she was 12 to 14. Here we go. So you got that going on. Now I'm gonna go to Cleopatra. Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. They're getting all their religious texts from these people. And this lady was ruling Egypt. You know how old that lady was? 14. He marries who? A good Christian Roman Catholic. And then you go back to the Crusaders. These people were raping the demons out of little girls. And this practice might still be going on to this day with the church. So when you're looking at these people who are conquerors and giving us these texts that they stole from people, it's crazy to not issue the fact that yes, they raped, pillaged, and took over everything. It really happened. This isn't a joke. This really happened.
I know.
All right.
These people are sick.
So Gregory, stay right there. I'm gonna come right back to you. Let me get these. Let me get this next question, and I'm coming right to you. So be ready to answer. Let me see what we got left for the ladies. Patsy, you still with us?
Yep.
Gina, you still with us?
Yeah. Kiana.
Gigi?
I'm still here.
Yeah, she's in there.
Itzama?
Itzama is in here.
Yeah.
Duchess, Kiana?
Yeah, she's in here too. Really know. I don't
Sammy,
see
can you let them answer for themselves?
Patsy, go on, Dr.
Kiana?
Lee.
All right. So Kiana, that's why
Kiana's not here.
that's why I went across the board, because I wanted to see if they had their mics on. All right, Gregory, I'm coming right to you after I go to these ladies. Itzama, the next question is, many people believe that TD Jakes is a homosexual man that is content living a lie because the truth won't be accepted. So again, many people believe that TD Jakes is a homosexual man content with living a lie because the truth will not be accepted. How do you feel about that? Do you believe? Do you agree with that or disagree?
Wait, repeat the last bit.
So many people believe that TD Jakes is a homosexual man content with living a lie because the truth will not be accepted. Do you agree or disagree?
I know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. So I'm come back to me. Come back to me.
Patsy, do you need the question or do you got it?
I got it.
All right.
I have never heard such a thing about TD Jakes. No, I heard anything. Timmy, hold up. Nor have I seen anything on social media or any of the religious channels that broadcast anything related to people's preachings and stuff like this. So therefore, I'm not gonna believe something unless I hear some of what the story is. He's going to court for something, and stuff like that. I'm not even gonna believe a lot of stuff on social media because people can lie and twist up a story that's been put out there. So you know what? Whatever. People want to say what they want to say and can be lying. telling the half truth, and the half truth is gossip. So therefore, I'm not gonna believe all the hype.
Okay.
That's what
Gina,
he's banking on.
same question, Gina.
No, I don't believe that T.D. Jakes is a homosexual.
Yeah, he's banking on
Alright.
that shit.
Duchess, are you still with us?
No, she's out for good.
All
I
right,
mean, not for
Robbie, excuse me, Gregory. Yes.
You
So
want me to answer that question?
No, Gregory, then you.
I'm a history lesson again. The depiction that they show us of Jesus, these Europeans, is of a homosexual. Caesar Borgia, whatever his name is, the guy, he was supposedly a sexual lover for a couple of people that are important, like Leonardo da Vinci
the
and
cat.
the other guy. What's the other guy's name? I forget the other guy, but this guy is being depicted as Jesus. They made paintings of him and all types of stuff. So when you get T.D. Jakes, who is Americanized and living the American dream, you see him. He's a pastor that made it. So he's more than just a pastor. He's a celebrity. He'll have a Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame because stars burn out under Satan. So you get what I'm saying? These people are evil. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You took a
Yes.
long way to get there, but you got there. Brimage, same question.
My answer to that would be, and this is the reason. If you don't know, you will know now. T.D. Jakes is a well-known supporter of same-sex marriages. He supports that.
There goes the word of the Most High.
Has he ever been swallowed up?
Let him finish before y'all refute it. Let him
Every time Clearwater speaks,
let him have his say.
Swallowed up into the abyss. He's evil.
Let him have his say. Go ahead,
As
Robbie.
I was saying, he supports same-sex marriages. Following that, this man around 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning put on, I'm just gonna call it the color pink right now, a pink silky
Vandross color.
Excuse me, a pink silky flamingo shirt.
Yeah, that's Luther
Sent out
Vandross.
another grown man a video message, and he said, I was thinking about you. And why he said this, he was flexing his muscles. Now,
Was he wearing a pink shirt?
Yeah, that's the Luther shit.
Listen, now, to bring it back to Diddy and Jakes, they so-called first met in 2021. It was a project that they was going to work on. It was T.D. Jakes' sermon series that premiered on Diddy's Revolt
TV. Yeah.
So he produced it, I think, aside with Diddy, or Diddy was just the solo producer of
It
that
was called
series.
Swallow What?
In your answer is,
I just told you he supports it. I would think that it's not that he's so much afraid of saying, hey, I like a little bit of this with that over here. I think that
his wife said
excuse me, I just want to say this. I think that he leaves it out there for you to figure it out on your own. If it's something that you want to know, if is that much important to you, you prying in his business, figure it out then.
Okay.
Don't take much to damn compare notes and goddamn pictures on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter notes, everything. That's how motherfuckers solve shit today on the internet.
All right. So, Sean, I'm gonna let you take a shot at that. Again, the question is: many people believe that T.D. Jakes is a homosexual man that is that is content with living a lie because the truth will not be accepted?
Interesting. For me, I could at this big age in life, I can care less what his life is. That's between him and God. I've come to the conclusion that the word of God is the word of God. And no matter what vessel it comes out of, I can choose to listen to it or not. I can choose to believe it or not. And I'll give you the scripture to make the point that I just made. That in the scripture it says God will use the foolish to conform the wise, which means those that you would look at and could think because their life is a certain way that they can't possibly be of God. But if you don't look at them, but look at or listen and follow what it is that they're actually saying, because that then goes to you forming your relationship with Christ yourself, you knowing the Bible for yourself, or what, we're going to talk about the Bible. I'm not going to talk about any other religion. If you know the Bible for yourself, it doesn't matter who is speaking it. You are able to discern and decipher what is true and what is false.
Yeah, but you as a community.
Hold on, my brother. We got a lot of questions. If you
Tim, he was right on that. Tim. Yeah, he was correct.
No, but what I'm saying is that the people who are coming to you for the guidance and you are misguiding them, come on.
But that's
you can't.
But that's not the question. That's not the question that we are. He just answered the question. The question was, many people believe that T.D. Jakes is a homosexual man that is content with living a lie because the truth will be accepted. That's his
because
answer.
He's lying to the people and not being true. Now,
hold on, Timmy. Hold on.
You supposed to be, if you godly, you supposed to be truthful. You supposed to be truthful and recognize when you done made mistakes and recognize when you at fault. That's the true meaning of a person of God. Not trying to goddamn divert or trying to goddamn, pacify people, telling them, oh, I'm not gonna say this to you, and God's my judgment and all this. Come on, you trying to pacify for what people are saying out there, so you don't have to give a true and definite answer of what is really going on.
So
that's where I have a problem with people like
I gotta
that.
pause you. I gotta pause you there because you again. I need you guys to answer the question at hand, and that's not the question at hand. We don't already answered that question. So, dude, it's on you. But before we go on, Robert, I just want to give you and the rest of the panel a fun fact. You stated that T.D. Jakes is a supporter. He supports the same-sex marriage. That's not true. What is true is he preached a sermon on this. He said the law may be unclear, but the word is clear.
Listen,
So the
listen.
word is certain.
I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna tell you from your engine to my engine. My engine is telling me exactly what I told you guys. Someone else can fact check it, and they're gonna get a different answer. They're probably gonna get the same answer I got. He supports same-sex marriages. Okay. Maybe your machine, Alexa, or whatever you did the research on.
It's not. I didn't.
Well, I can let you guys hear it clear as day.
I just told you that comes from his sermon.
Yes, but see, that's what his sermon's saying. He said all of that.
So you're gonna dispute what the man is saying out his own mouth?
Because it's known. It's known that it's known. There's other people speaking it.
Stand on that.
I did.
Stand on that.
Listen, this is what I want y'all to do, viewers and the rest of the panelists. Don't take me his word for it. Find out for yourself.
Same question. People believe that he's a homosexual man, discontent and living a lie, and because the truth won't be accepted. How you feel about that? You believe with that? You agree? Disagree with that?
Well, I believe if he's into that lifestyle, which is a strong possibility, that yes, he wants to try to keep it on his, because in the position that he's in, that's not cool and it's not right. So he has to try to hide it if he's doing it. So yes, he would try to do his best to keep that concealed and hide it.
Understand it.
You have to do. But then as in doing that, and if he's doing that and he's staying in that position, whether he's hiding it or not, you're not doing the Most High's will. Because first of all, you're doing one of the what the Bible say that is, that's what's that word he calls it? Is it defilement when two men are together? What do you call it?
Abomination.
Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't get it out. Yeah, abomination. So how can you teach the word of God being an abomination? You see what I'm saying? That's if it's true, but I have a strong possibility it could be true, because after the Eddie Long thing, I don't care what their names are. It can be Creflo Dollar, it can be Puffin Stuff, whatever his name is. It could be possibly true.
Okay. All right. So
all right, Dave. Listen, 2015, TD Jakes came back and he spoke on what the people might have thought they heard.
No, I got this story for you.
He changed.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell him. He changed it up, and he said that
came back and switched it up.
Oh, brother.
Now, let me tell you something. This is the problem. I'm telling you, when you guys do stuff like this, you're not going to be hurt. You hear me trying to give it to you.
I came in trying to tell you what year and what happened. 2015, he came out to explain himself again because he made a statement about this same-sex stuff. So everyone said he was supporting them. They knew that's what they thought they heard. But in 2015, he came and changed the story up. He said, no, I kind of wasn't saying that. I was saying if the United States law supported, then that's what it is.
All right, so I'm telling you right now, all I'm going to tell you, let's move on. You guys, like you said, don't take our word for it. Go check it out. Go do your own research. I'm asking the next question. Actually, the next question is it supports the previous question, the prior, but it's, did Sarita Jakes know that her husband was supposedly gay when she married him?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Timmy, that's your answer. Dude.
Say the whole thing again.
Did Sarita Jakes know that her husband was supposedly gay when she married him?
When did they get married? I don't think so. If they got married later on in life, and if he was, yes, she knew. But if they got married when they were young, I could say she is.
No, they got married when they was younger.
When they were younger, it's a possibility that.
They've been married since 1982.
Yeah, so it's a possibility she didn't know.
Okay.
Cause I don't know their. You know, I know. Once you, if he is that way, and if he does go that way, when you know how he's been feeling that way and he's open with it, then you'll know the answer to that.
Okay. Sean, same question. Did his wife know that he was a homosexual man when she married him?
Because I don't even know if he's a homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say the same thing.
So you got to answer the question based upon how you feel. That's just the question. Turn your phone up a little bit, Sean.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. No, I said I honestly do not know, because I don't even know that he is a homosexual.
Okay. See? Fair answer. Gregory, be brief but be brilliant.
I'm going to say TD didn't even know. He asked Joe after the whole allegations about being a power bottom. He said, "Have you ever been swallowed up?"
All right, you got to be serious, dude. Robbie, same question. Do you think that Sarita Jakes knew that her husband was gay when she married him?
He was a young 23. He could have been still frisky. You know, I don't think that I would call him so much he was a homosexual because he probably didn't even know what he was at that time. He was a pansexual, trisexual, whatever it was. He was a
Yeah,
young,
he was
horny black
trying
man.
out shit. Yeah.
So if he was and she knew about it, listen, Dave, some women support that stuff. They go
Yeah.
right in the
Yeah.
bedroom and they play gay with their husband. If the
They
husband
going to
want
the
them
freak
to,
off, Uncle Rob, them freak off.
if the husband want them to peg them, then women are gonna go peg them.
Yeah.
Okay. Duchess, are you back with us?
He's a mentor. Why wouldn't he be fucking around with the damn young mentor?
Patsy, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Patsy, do you think that his wife knew he was gay when she married him?
If he is gay or what, was gay at the time,
Yes.
I really doubt it, but she
Not for the
loved
whole
her husband, and if it wasn't a thing that he was gay then and as well as now, I ain't gonna worry about it because you know what? I don't know either one of them on a personal level to know what's factual. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Itamar, you still with us? Because Gina logged out, and I think Kiana is gone as well.
She had things.
Wait, what did you say? I'm not going.
Itamar, do
Yeah.
you believe that Sarita Jakes knew that her husband was gay when she married him?
One more time. I'm sorry.
Do you believe that Sarita Jakes knew that her husband was gay when she married him?
No, because based on what I heard the panel say, if they married 1982, he might have, she might have not saw that.
And she was 25. She was 25. He was 23.
Yeah. He had gay tendency over the years.
You guys, you gotta let her answer the question. Itzma, you still with us?
She was done.
Yeah.
I'm here.
All right, so I'm gonna go and ask you the next question where I got you. So the next question is, T.D. Jakes is the father of two card-carrying. T.D. Jakes has two sons that are card-carrying members of the LGBTQ plus community. Do you
Understand it? Understand it?
Can y'all let me?
Wait, hold on, guys. Can he ask me a question, please?
Order in the court. Tell him, eat him
Again,
up.
T.D. Jakes has two sons that are card-carrying members of the LGBTQ plus community. Do you think that their behavior mirrors the behavior of the father?
Definitely. If you're a pastor, you should not condone any of that. And the fact that they're freely doing it, open and comfortable, yes. So I believe it.
Okay. Well said.
Turn my papa out. That's what they did to him.
Robbie, same question.
Well, I was trying to tell you guys from the get. He supports it because he's a supporter.
Right.
Okay.
Involved in it.
Gregory, same question.
Yeah, so it goes back to your statement, Uncle Rob, about what he said. What he said was that the LGBT Christian churches are evolving. So then he had to go back and recant his statement and say he doesn't support same-sex marriage, but
Whoa, let me stop you right there. What type of church?
LGBTQ Christian churches.
They
See what
got
I'm
an
saying? An abomination.
LGBTQ Christian church.
Gregory, his sons are gonna need him to marry them to another man.
Once again, these aren't his real kids, so do I think bit back TD Jakes was touching them kids? Yeah. Yes, once again.
Sean, and again, I this is news to me. I never knew that they had a church governed by the LGBTQ community. This is it certainly must. I don't think it.
Go check your pastor. Those was his.
He needs to stop his shit and come out the closet.
Hold on.
Just like Diddy.
I don't know, and see, and if this is so,
And if you know what type of church LGBT, it's a churches.
And if this is so, I don't even know if you can call that non-denominational. Sean, same question.
Don't make me start testifying.
Sean, do I need to ask you the question again, or do you?
Please, because
I was
switching out.
All right, so here we go. Man, y'all throw me off track with that type of news. So again, TD Jakes has two sons that are card-carrying members of the LGBTQ plus community. Do you believe that their behavior mirrors the father's behavior?
Again, I cannot say yes or no. Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. What I would say no, because I believe that everyone's sexuality is a result of what they want to be. Because I mean, I would put it just like any of us who may have people that move like that in our families. Who are they mirroring their mother or father? Or are they mirroring someone outside of their parents that was an influence on them?
Yes.
So that's my answer.
Okay.
So yep, I'm done.
I'm sorry, Sean.
Go ahead, Sean. Finish. I want to hear Sean.
No, I was, sir. I was.
Yes.
I was
Repeat
just
the
gonna
question
say
again,
that.
Dave.
It's on you.
I'm sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I'm done.
Oh, repeat the question again, Dave.
Hold on. So, TD Jakes has two sons that are card-carrying members of the LGBTQ plus community. Do you think that their behavior mirrors the behavior of the father? Yes.
It mirrors a close. If it ain't the fathers, it's someone really, really close and dear to them.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, let me stay with you. All right, so what's the next question? There are members of the religious community that feel that TD Jakes' alleged legal issues is retribution due to his harsh treatment of others while presiding in the pulpit. Do you believe that to be so?
Yes, I do. That's what everybody right now. This is a time of everything's coming out. You can't hide nothing no more. Everything's coming out. Everybody who's dirty is gonna come out. Everybody's not hot. It's everything's being exposed. So yes. Even though you look squeaky clean, and you think not him or not her. Oh yes, you.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, same question.
Is a result of his harsh treatment of people in the pulpit.
Yes.
Like speaking against people's sins.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I believe that whatever is done in the dark is going to come to light for all of us. You reap what you sow.
Right.
And that's what's happening right now. You're absolutely right. This is the time of revealment, awakening.
And
Yeah.
so,
All them freak off and all of them.
and for me, because I don't believe that he is gay or anything of that nature, I believe that he's reaping.
Bisexual.
I believe that he's reaping the association publicly the way that he is.
Okay. Gregory?
What was that old saying back in the day, Sean? The grandparents just said, "You show me your company, I show you something." What was that
Yes,
word?
sir. Yes, sir. Yep. I know
Yeah,
exactly what
like
you're saying.
dude was
That's
saying, it's
that's
the
what that
age
is.
of Aquarian. The water's flowing in.
I was just about to say that
It's being a nude.
Yes. Gregory, it's on you.
Like dude was saying, the it's the age of Aquarian. The water's flowing. It's flowing in. It's being a nude. So all that stuff they try to put in there, we're starting to see it. The toxins that they're trying to mess up the clear flow of the water, like Uncle Rob would say. It's being taken out. We see it. The knowledge is pouring in for us.
Okay.
Where water comes from? Russian water.
Can we answer the questions, guys? We got a few more questions. Can y'all stay on point, please? Robert, same question.
It goes as clear as my water flows. Now, that being said,
That kettle boil.
that being said, is he being targeted? Is he being punished? Are you looking towards this man because of how he treated people while he was in
root?
In what? In trust? I'm gonna tell you this. Like Damon said, it is that time where I don't know if they said every knee will bend. And I don't want to start saying these things, but we're in troubled waters where you're in the muck of the muck. And everything that is no good will float to the top. And everything that's good will still swim beneath. You understand that one?
Yes, sir.
All right, Patsy, same question.
Underwater rhymes.
Yes.
I think whatever he's did, whether it's he treated people badly or good, it's gonna come out the way that he meant for it to be. It's gonna come. You know how they say karma's a bitch? Well, either way, in karma, the karma that you put out will come back at you tenfold.
Yes. Okay.
Have you on the street, homeless like a motherfucker?
Yes. Itima, same question.
What was the question? I'm sorry, I got stuff going on around me.
The question is, do you believe that I don't forgot the questions. So basically, do you feel like that all this stuff that's coming down on him right now is due to his mistreatment of others while in the pulpit? Is this retribution for his behavior?
Yeah, God doesn't. God and anything. All of his stuff is right. You know. He's definitely gonna expose who needs to be exposed. It's not like it's not karma. It's nothing. It's God coming down on him. God's hand exposing him because he could do that. That's what he does.
Okay. stay right there because I want to ask you the next question. So the next question is, do you feel these allegations of sexual misconduct are unfounded or are they true?
They must be true.
Right.
It must be true because
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, he should have never put himself in that situation as a pastor.
Exactly.
If
Exactly.
If Diddy wanted to see him, Diddy should have came where he was at. He should have had Diddy come to where he was at. He could have put
Right.
in a prayer for Diddy. He never had to step or go into with Diddy's turf. He should have stood
Or his party.
where
His
he
party.
was, or yeah, let alone the party. He should have never been there. He knows that as a pastor.
Yeah.
Was
But
not
wait a
Yep.
minute,
Girl, you
Pastor
would have
got
never
to
seen
like
the
have
Pope at
like.
a Diddy party.
No, I'm
listen,
just
in
playing.
the Bible, it also tells the pastor how he's supposed to be because that's the first thing that we do is that people's gonna look at you and your family as a.
Exactly. Exactly. But
Hold on,
as
Timmy. Let her finish.
So at the end of the day, a pastor needs to be on his best behavior. He has to always watch what he does.
All right, so before I let you before I go to the next person, so when I'm referring to allegations of sexual misconduct, I'm talking about these young these mentees, former mentees
his son.
of these former mentees of TD Jakes saying that they were touched inappropriately when under his tutelage. So that's the other miss.
So you're asking me if I believe it?
Yeah.
At this point, I need to believe it because he opened that door. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He kept it shut.
She said, I didn't believe it till he went to the Diddy party.
Yep.
Like he
Yep.
opened up those doors. He did that.
Yep.
No one
You right.
that.
You were 100% right. He
He was
opened up
at
that
several
door.
parties. Several
So
parties.
now
Right.
So you
people are
got
guilty until they're proven guilty.
They
People
said he
are
was a
guilty
Yeah,
until
yeah.
so
But the
he was counseling a
hold
freak
on,
off.
hold on,
you
Gregory.
right about that, Sean. You guilty and proven you innocent proven guilty. True, yeah.
He's
But
right, but there's a
just
lot of
be
evidence,
just
there's a
be
lot of stuff out there to make you gotta ask though.
Already exposed.
right. That's questionable.
So
That acts you
gentlemen,
is a question.
let me make sure Itzma, you're
I don't
done.
know if you're in the room.
Yeah.
Itzma, was you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished. I just want to say he's already exposed. That's it. He's already
Exactly.
So
Go ahead,
Sean, let me ask you the same question. Do you feel like these allegations of sexual misconduct are unfounded or true? That's the question.
I don't know because I don't know the story. I don't know the characters of the people bringing these allegations. And under what grounds that they're bringing them.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it just seems like it's the thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you said something earlier today, clickbait. And it's not like, you know,
Yeah.
these mentees. Now I've been following Jakes for a long time, and these allegations I've never heard of these individuals before.
Mm-hmm.
And he's usually open with those that he mentors, and those that he mentors are usually out on the forefront.
Mm.
Yeah, you study his goddamn demeanor and the video that they show him. He's up there putting on a performance, a goddamn hell of a Oscar Emmy Award of performance he's putting on.
But
That's what he was up there doing.
But does that mean that he's guilty of what he's being accused of? Because he's dead.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Yeah.
I'm put it to you like
Because
this.
listen, somebody who now I done watched, I done seen a lot of and studied shit where people come on and know that they are guilty, and they say things, they do a lot of crying, they'll do movement, they can't stand still, they're fidgeting, all that stuff says that he is guilty because he's trying too hard to prove his innocence because he's guilty. Now,
Brother
if
T,
you
can I
ain't
say,
guilty,
sorry.
you gonna say one thing. You're not gonna keep on trying to push your innocence. You gonna let you gonna say one thing, and in the in the damn media, you gonna say one thing, and then you gonna let your fucking lawyers take care of the rest of it. You ain't gonna say nothing else. You gonna be quiet until things go before the judge. Then you gonna speak after you get exonerated from the charges that are being brought upon you.
Brother T. Can I say something to all of that real quick?
Yep.
So here we go, Brother T. You know, hear my heart when I say this, please. I've only known you all for a short period of time, but I consider all of you all family. I've spoken to Dave on this level many a times. How I appreciate you all accepting me in this circle the way that you do. So I'm going to say something to me, and I want you to hear my heart when I say this. If I was an outsider and I tuned into this podcast, and if I was to hear you speak and all the F-bombs that you drop all the time, this, that, and the other, my thought process would be like, well, why? They're like, this dude don't have any other vocabulary. Is he ignorant? Is he this, that? But that's not who you are, is
That
it?
nigga guilty.
But that's not who you are, right?
No. I know how to use my language when I
But
have
hear what
to.
he's saying. Hear what
But
he's saying.
now,
Timmy, Timmy, wait.
on
No, Timmy,
go ahead. Be quiet.
Timmy's talking to the performance part that he just spoke of. That's what he's speaking to, correct? Because you said you know how to use your language, you know when to use your F-bombs and this, that, and the other. So you know how to structure it and this, that, and the other.
Definitely.
But at the same time, is that who you are?
I'm who I am. That's who I am. If I'm mad, if I speak passionate about something, I'm gonna use curse words. If I'm speaking passionate upon things,
but
I
use the key word though. I use the key word. I said if somebody from the outside was to come in and try to judge, and their views or individual who speak in the manner that you speak, what if their opinion of it is the individual is ignorant, don't know how to use words and this, and that, and the other? Is that an accurate assessment?
Oh, hell no.
And that's the point that I'm making.
I don't give a fuck about what another person think about me.
But
you think what I'm saying?
But you're missing the point.
From my heart, I'm telling you from my heart.
I love you, T. You know that's not where I'm coming at you with. You know I got much love and respect for you.
No. I get what you're saying.
Did I say we ain't gonna do this?
But Sean, if someone have an opinion about me, that's their fucking problem. That's not my problem.
Timmy,
I know who the hell I am.
I'm glad you said that. And what do you think Jake's is thinking about all of us?
Exactly.
I don't. That's cool. That's cool. But I still have an opinion. That don't. Just because he don't give a care about my opinion, I still have an opinion about him, right?
I think
that's my right. That's my right.
So T, just look at it this way. There's people say there's a saying like this, and it's not to offend you. I'm talking just in general. They say this: when someone uses a lot of curse words in their sentence, they lack vocabulary, meaning
But that
other
that
words to put
but
there.
that wasn't. I
that
think you guys. Hey,
Sean is not
hey,
saying that you
hey.
don't have
For me to
vocabulary.
bring in this,
I know what he's comparing. You can pass judgment on someone,
listen,
and they can
I
tune
know
in and
what
pass
he's
judgment
saying.
on you.
Listen, I know
but
you guys hear me.
like
I
he
know you.
said, like
I'm
he
done.
said,
I'm going back to mute.
I know you
but
hear
like
my voice.
like
before the
Sean
recording
said,
is stopped.
like Sean said, TD Jakes don't care about what we think, so I don't care about what someone else think about me.
No. You
That's
missed
not
the.
what's really
That's
being
not what
said
he's
to
saying.
me.
You're missing the point. And let's move on because I'm going to simplify it for you. What he's saying basically in a nutshell is you guys are judging this guy. You don't know this guy, and you're being very harsh. Accusing him of things that is unfounded and to proven to be true.
It's out
No,
in the
that's not what he's
public.
saying. What he is saying is that
That's
Jimmy
all.
can
Go
say
on,
what he
dude.
wants
Let's
to
hear
say,
it.
but don't say it with swears. That's all.
No, that's not. That's no. That's not.
I know. That's
Nah,
I
he
know.
said
I
That's
know.
not
don't
what he's
diss it
saying.
until
That's
you
not
take
what he
it.
was saying. He was
And you
using that.
motherfuckers better
He was
stop
using
motherfucking
that
cussing on this
as an
Maybe you're gonna make
example.
him end
He was using that as an example. He was using that as an example as to basically the same thing we accuse police officers, white police officers, are doing to black people. We're profiling. We're saying this man is a certain way based upon what we think is so. We don't know this to be true. We're just going with that because that's what we believe. Just because you believe that to be so, don't mean it's so. Let's move.
Now,
It's
if I
being
gave
recorded.
y'all,
It's being recorded.
never mind. If I gave y'all a bit of information that this
Yep.
grown man put
Yep.
on a pink flamingo
Tell him,
shirt,
Yes,
Robbie.
sir.
All
Tell
right.
him.
now,
Listen,
you're
He's
gentlemen.
not
doing a lot of
Let's get
suspect
to
stuff to
let's
make
let's
his
get
questions
let's get to
himself.
the last two
Go ahead,
questions.
Diddy, little
Go ahead.
bird.
Let's get to the last two questions because y'all you get ready to go in another direction. So the other question is, do you feel like these allegations of misappropriation of funds is basically people trying to bring a hope to black excellence? Do you feel like this is a web of lies, this concocted to bring a hope to black excellence? Sean?
Ooh. If you don't mind, repeat that one more time because I want to make sure I heard that correctly.
So basically,
You heard it. You heard it correctly.
these allegations of misappropriations of funds and embezzlement, do you feel like that this could be a web of lies conducted to bring about a halt to black excellence?
Okay. So I think it can be a weapon to just bring a demise to Jakes himself. Black excellence, I don't know. I don't know if anyone ever the way that the world has been moving over the past, in my opinion, 3 or 4 years, everything that we think is glitter and gold has been fumbling left and right. So I think that standard has been lowered a long time ago.
Okay, well said, well said. Dude, same question.
Yes. And I'm going to say what I mean by yes, because there's no excellence in black. And what I mean by that, we shouldn't be calling ourselves black. Black is dead, is void. We shouldn't be, they do that on purpose, call us black. And we shouldn't even be calling ourselves black. We should call ourselves who we are.
But wait a minute, dude. That's Europeanized. You can't do that.
Gregory, I'm gonna
What
say,
happened in Nubia?
There you go.
Kemetic,
There you go.
and
There you,
Tartar. We was black.
There you go. Shatai really didn't mean black. It meant what's that other word? When you look at it, it's not black.
Dark skin.
The white people always want to use the word black. None of us are, even a dark skin person is not black. Why would you want to call yourself black? We're not that. It's a curse.
Nubian definitely meant black.
The real Dawson is
right, let me stop y'all real quick. I'm gonna say this to you for the last time because you're starting to annoy me with this. Let the person answer their question. If you going to refute what they say, let them finish. You don't need to correct them. every step of the way. Dude, please finish.
Oh, and as I was saying, so it's nothing about that, and it's the Most High tearing us down. That stop calling us that, so we can be lifted up to be called who we truly are in the end. So yes, anything that looks. Remember, we're going to be judged first. That's why you see all our people falling first. Then after they fall, all the ones all our people that's been misguiding us and misleading us, they're falling first. And after them is going to come them other folks. They're going to start falling. You see them running. They know the pattern. It's our people the only one that know the pattern. That's why they're all running and they're scared and they're doing what they're doing. And that's why they're trying to make America great again. But it ain't happening. It's not happening.
All right, Patsy, same question. Do you feel like these allegations brought against TD Jakes regarding embezzlement, misappropriation of funds is a web of lies concocted to bring about a halt to Black excellence?
I don't know about a halt, but it is a hindrance. Because
Go ahead, Patsy.
Because like the Black community already has its struggles. Like even the lower white class people have their struggles, but this country does not focus on lower white class income folks. They want to focus in on the Black community and try to bring down they more than anything, any other race or culture in this country because of how our country was built. They don't want anyone of color seemingly be successful. Even a lot of Black people in the community, they want to bring somebody else down like crabs in a tank. One gets to the top, somebody at the bottom will bring you down. So, yeah, you gotta be careful about telling lies and bringing people down because that could be you. And would you like it if somebody was telling lies about you instead of lifting you up? It's like we all gotta lift each other up in every which way in a positive manner, no matter what, and we gotta work together. Black, white, everybody. Every community should be uplifting each other instead of tearing each other down.
Okay.
That's what I got to say.
All right, well said. You understood the question. You understand the assignment. I appreciate it. Itima, you still with us? All right, I'm gonna go to Robert next. Robert.
And come back to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Robert.
Well, I always say, and I have nothing against the homosexual community. I got to get that out the way real quick.
Yes, we do.
If
No, you don't.
If that man is what he is or what he support, that's his preference. You say, Max, y'all, do you see my avatar?
No, I can't see shit, Charlie.
I say Black excellence.
Black excellence, son.
All right. What a coincidence. You can find that beautiful shirt right there at emporiumplus.org, where you will find all our fashions. And we forever still a man, you S.A.M, Adopter Parish, SOS support our sisters, and Adopter Parish ladies first. Grab you something up here for the holiday seasons.
Due to everyone calling BRB.
Now, that being said, I always said we wasn't Black people. Don't call yourself that. I'm moving past that. I say every color man that makes a little bit of money and got an idea or a dream. Once you get that close of completing your dream, grabbing it, they're coming for you. You know what TD Jakes was that close to doing? And they always do this to the color people. He was going in partnership with Wells Fargo to build housing for the underserved community. $1 billion project. You think he wasn't standing to make good money, good gain from that, good recognition?
Oh.
Well said, Robbie. Thank you for the information.
I
Timmy,
want
no.
Yeah, I want to rebuttal on that
You have to wait. You have to wait.
All right.
Itzema is going next. Itzema, you still with us?
I am.
All right. So the question is basically, do you feel like this is a Weber lies concocted to bring about the halt of the Black excellence? This misappropriation of funds and embezzlement. That's what I'm referring to. Those allegations. Do you feel like they're a Weber lies concocted to basically bring a halt to excellence, the Black excellence? The momentum, I should say.
No, I don't see colors. It shouldn't be about colors. So no.
Mm-hmm.
So you just feel like this is what his just due?
Mm-hmm.
It's just I feel like he's just being exposed because he needs to be exposed. Like he's doing the wrong thing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He who does what's not right, you get exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold tight, Ita. Sean, did you get a chance to answer that question?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. There's a method to my
I'm ready.
I didn't answer the question, big dope.
Hold on.
I'm ready.
Hold
I
on.
want to attack it like a lion.
Gregory, be brief but be brilliant. Go ahead, Gregory. Ita, I'm gonna come right back to you.
The question, Black excellence. When we're talking about it's a web of something, but the Black excellence. Don't get me wrong; these people are excellent in what they do. So when you start looking at the history of things, once again, I'm on a history lesson again. You got the first jazz player. He'll tell you he done one of the first famous jazz player. I forget his name, but he sold his soul to the devil and all this other crazy stuff. So when you start looking at these celebrity people that they put in front of us, you start asking, what are these people doing? And when you see him involved with somebody else that's doing wickedness, you have no choice but to have some type of discernment, even though you're not supposed to judge somebody. But it's crazy, man.
All right, hold tight, Timmy. I'm gonna ask you this question because I feel like you already answered that question. So I'm gonna ask you the next question. The next question is, do you feel, and Ita, I'm coming to you right after Timmy. Do you feel like the unholy alliance that consisted of P. Diddy and Bishop T.D. Jakes is what caused his downward spiral?
Listen, T.D. Jakes is an opportunistic person. He wants to get next to all the Black millionaires, billionaires, whoever he can get next to. Because with him standing next to these millionaires and billionaires, that's going to bring people into his church. And that's going to generate more money. Look at it. You got the likes of Oprah Winfrey. Fucking goddamn Tony Braxton, the Braxton family itself the whole Braxton family, right? T.I., Kanye West. He got a bunch of millionaires, billionaires around him that's drawing it, that's drawing the money in because he got these head figures around him like a chessboard. Because life definitely is, like your damn shirt says, life is chess, not checkers, right? And sometimes our black leaders, make a move or or do something that's inappropriate and it brings their whole fucking organization down. And that's just how it is because they be trying to be like the powers of be. They figure I got money, I got power, they can't tell me nothing. I get rid of this person that's above me so I can be in his position. So it's just a, a, a,
A
a
rat
cycle.
race.
It's just a cycle that continues until we as a community, and because that's all we know is the drugs and fighting against one another. Cause they like that. They like that shit when we fighting against each other. Even poor white folks, poor fucking Hispanic, Haitian, they like when we at each other's throat because we can't concentrate on the real thing that's going on, that they want us to be divided so they can control us. I give you this such and such, unless you tell on this race. I give you this such and such, unless you tell on this race. This is a bunch of nonsense.
Okay.
And
all right, let me move on because we got one more question after this. Itima, same question. Do you feel like the unholy alliance that consists of TD Jakes and P. Diddy has brought about his downfall, his downward spiral?
Yes.
Okay. Short and sweet. I like that. Patsy, same question.
Because I'm not quite sure the reasoning behind their togetherness and whether or not he went to these parties, and I don't know what TD Jake's thinking was by going if he went. So yeah, what was his motive? I'm not quite sure. So I'm not quite sure.
It's
It could be
okay.
a downfall, it could be a upfall, it could be kind of like his medium. It's not quite clear, but the people that are closest in his circle know what was on his mind when the situation happened, and I guess yeah, it's true. Our opinions don't really matter when it comes down to why he did what he did or didn't do. So therefore, it is what it is.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you, Patsy. Robert, same question. Do you think the unholy alliance that consisted of P. Diddy and TD Jakes has brought about his downward spiral?
Just saying, do I feel that because what's his name, TD Jakes and Diddy was seen together or they did business together, this brought about the downfall of Mr. Jakes. That's what you're asking?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
No, I just think that that's how I can answer this. He was already being looked at for doing what they might have already considered him getting over with. This P. Diddy situation is a whole different story. Like Jake's before Diddy came along, he probably was caught up in mistreating people, something simple, him preaching false whatever to his followers. But I just think that this Diddy stuff was on a whole nother level. Anybody that took pictures with him, anybody that went to the white affairs, anybody that went to the black affairs, whatever he called it after he took off the white suits, them freak offs. Anybody that associated themselves with Diddy is being looked at right now. So I don't think that brought TD Jakes down. I just think that he had his own troubles before he stepped in Diddy's water.
Okay. Gregory, well said, well said. Gregory, same question.
I think it might have been the instrument that rung the gong, so to speak. But when you're doing this type of wickedness, because there's a such thing as a consciousness and a moral compass somewhere in the back of your mind, it's always God telling you this is wrong and something's gonna happen because God knows this is wrong and God doesn't like wrong.
Okay.
You know it's wrong. God damn it. We learn from wrong to right.
My dude, for real. Dude, same question.
So now I'm sitting here thinking, right? Now, to give the benefit of the doubt why the pastor, what's his name, was hanging out with Diddy. So this is why I think they're fucking with Diddy and what's his name. Because for years, everybody know, because Diddy is tied in with politicians. They know for years what Diddy's been doing and no one's went after him. And
You're right.
and what you call has been doing what he's been doing. So I believe the reason they're up their ass now because they're going against him now. And Diddy was starting a black political party. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about that. Black political party. And I believe TD Jakes was supporting that. And you know, with his influence, they can get a lot of black people to join this black political party. And who does that hurt the most out of other political parties? The Democrats. And all Diddy's buddies are Democrats.
And
That was
they're LGBT supporting.
They took their protection off him and let him go. That's what happened. They took the gun, let release the protection off him, let him go. Because if they start this thing and it starts working good, now watch it don't work no more. Watch it fade away and it don't happen.
Okay.
Watch.
Okay. Well said.
And that's why I believe that TD Jake's money is being investigated because Diddy was like, "Oh, I'm investing some of my money into this party," and he's probably looking for investors. And everybody who's probably a part of that. See, I think that's what Homeland Security was there for. For that, they were there for that part, and the FBI was there for the part that we're seeing in the news.
Yep.
The FBI, Homelands was for fucking trafficking, I thought, and money laundering.
That's what they want us to believe. That's what they want us to believe. But they were there for that black political party. They want to know who was funding it, who's down with it, because they need to shut that. Because that could be bigger than the Black Panthers if that worked.
Yes, sir.
All right. So go ahead, Sean.
If that was the case, then
Timmy.
You had them big powerhouses that was in the 90s.
Listen, you're gonna have to let everybody
let Timmy
else
talk. No, let him talk, Dave, because he's going exactly where I want him to go. Let him talk. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, Dave. Timmy. Go ahead.
We talking about the big powerhouses of the game in the 90s. Murder Inc.,
No, no,
Death
no,
row.
no,
Thank you,
no.
and
Death
thank you, Timmy. No,
row.
hold on. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you. And you know what happened to them? They were all trying to get together
They
to
they
start a
all
working
they,
out
they all goddamn ran up
because
there. The
Jay-Z
feds
snitched them
ran up
out, and
into
that's why the
there.
feds came and
All
got
right,
him.
you guys, but that's a whole nother show. All right,
Right,
Sean,
right.
let's you answer the question at hand, please.
Yeah, good points, Timmy and Doom. But I'm gonna hit you all with this one. 2 Corinthians 6:17 and 18. The Bible says, "Come out from among them and be separate," says the Lord. Um, I stopped it there at 16. Even though the Bible says that, in retrospect, God does not say that you cannot be friends or stay clear of those that don't believe like you or anything like that. But what it does say is that do not let your witness be tarnished, because what you cannot do, you're supposed to be an influence over them and not them being an influence over you.
That's right.
I
Okay.
can dig it.
Now,
And that is true. That is the truth to me.
that's true, and that's what we're gonna leave it at. Sean, you got more to add?
No, sir.
All right, hold tight,
that's it.
Sean. Hold tight. I'm coming back to you. Itima, you still with us? All right, I think we lost her. Patsy, last question of the night. Still with us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you for your participation. I'm glad you stood in there. I appreciate you. Now that TD Jakes has supposedly fallen from grace, is it at all possible for him to ascend to the pinnacle again? Did you hear me?
Who's this question
Yeah, I'm
for?
trying to figure out what you mean by
Oh,
the
sorry.
last part.
Is it possible for him to ascend back to the mountaintop, basically?
It is possible, but I don't believe maybe he has fallen from grace, but it just depends on how you look at it. So if he has, he's gonna have to work hard to get back up there and and just kind of like certain people you cannot help because this is their personality and way of living and way of thinking for a very, very long time. So therefore, people like Diddy, you cannot help. You just got to pray for them and allow God to do his work, because not everybody, you can pray for the people, but that does not mean that they're willing to allow God to help them through whatever situation, whatever lifestyle they're living, because they're too into that lifestyle and they're too into whatever sins that they're committing. So therefore, God gave us a free will to choose what we want to do with our lives. If we want to choose to live in God's grace, God will help us. If not, God will allow those that choose to live their life against and turn their backs towards God instead of living with God and allow God to work in their lives. There's not much God can do, even with all the prayer that you do for them.
Okay. Well said. All right, thank you, Patsy. I appreciate you. Robert, same question. Now did TD Jakes has supposedly fallen from grace. Do you think it's at all possible for him to ascend to the mountaintop again?
Well, it's like when you're growing up. The mother said, Todd, have you been playing in paint today? No, Mama, I wasn't playing in paint today. Todd, come here. Okay, Mama. Were you playing in paint today? No, Mama, I wasn't playing in paint. Well, why do you have paint all over your fingers still, on your t-shirt, and a little smudge on your face? You're telling a lie that you need to clean up. And the only
redhead.
Listen, the only way, and I don't even think it's possible, but everyone that done something wrong, what they're trying to blame him for doing, and all those people that was in the freak offs, it is a time in their life right now. It's called cleansing your life. Maybe you'll get back to the top or on your road to it. I don't know. But you need to rid the bad things and put stuff back in the norm.
Okay. Gregory, same question. Now that T.D. Jakes has fallen from grace, do you think it's at all possible for him to ascend to the mountaintop again?
No, especially not in America, because once again, once you reach the mountaintop, there's nowhere to go but down, because they written it out to be that way. But for all you gatekeepers and people that think that you're playing Monopoly against the other players that are on the board with you, this is gonna end. And that's what the whole age of Aquarian is about, and the knowledge flowing in. All of this stuff is coming to a stop because there's people that are looking at this whole setup different. So you got that going on, and TD Jakes being a part of all of this wickedness, and people don't want to really stick it to him, but he's a part of it, and it just has to change. But falling from grace, it's not gonna come back, because Babylon has to fall. And it's written in those scriptures that we was talking about earlier, them stealing all these religious texts from people that they conquered.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Dude, same question. Now that T.D. Jakes has supposedly fallen from grace, do you think that is at all possible for him to ascend to the mountaintop again?
No, because this is everything's moving fast now. And in order for him to ascend up again, he has to go to the root level. That means he has to hit it in the street and really hit people that you would never thought he could be saved, and he really would have to repent. And that's a task for him. And so if he's willing to do the word of the Most High, he can do that. But like you said, everything's happening fast. Like what he's saying, this is the ports are locked down. The ports are locked down. That's the beginning of what Greg's talking about.
Yes, sir.
Sean, I'm gonna let you end it. But before I do, I just want to say this. So there's some Bible scripture. It's John, I believe it's John 10, 12 or 14. I could be wrong, but don't take my word for it. After the show's over, go look it up for yourself. It's basically scripture that states, what is it? I know my own, and my own know me. So I think in that situation where and Sean, if I'm wrong, you can correct me if you know the correct
No,
scripture.
go ahead.
And so it's about shepherding. So I feel like that if you see the title of the show, it says T.D. Jakes, a fallen shepherd, question mark. See, you have to be called to perform the service first. You can't fall from grace if you're not giving God's grace. But I will say this too. Those that have been selected by God to shepherd the flock, to lead the churches, to lead the congregation, I feel like once God puts his hands on you, he never lets go of you. God doesn't turn away from you. People usually turn away from God. But you're going to find that those people that say and have those believe that they are men of God, they're going to need to turn to God more than ever now. Okay, Sean, let you take us home. Same question. Now that T.D. Jakes has supposedly fallen from grace, is it at all possible for him to ascend to the mountaintop again?
At this great age in life for TD Jakes, it's not necessary for him to ascend back to the top again. And if you follow him or anything about his ministry or his life or anything like that, you will see that he had been strategically over the past 4 or 5 months putting things in order to where there has been successors in every area of his life, to where he's no longer the leader of Potter's house. His daughter is. He's no longer the leader over the, if you all know his organization, Woman Thou Art Loose and Manpower. His daughter and son-in-law are. What's the other part I wanted to say? And I chuckled when you began to read to paraphrase the scripture, because that's where I was going. As long as he has the love and support of his peers, he is going to be all right. The love, because with the love and the support of his peers will bring on the love and support of his followers again, if any of those have left, because if they stop following him, they'll follow those leaders that are still attached to him.
Oh God.
And we'll try to get an understanding of, okay, well, why are you still attached to him? Like, what's going on? And I want to change something up for you that you use, because when quoting anything that has to do with the scriptures or the way that God moves, Dave, and it's no knock on you, just want to get our wording correct.
Yeah.
There's a difference between chosen and selected.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And God doesn't select people, he chooses them.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
they are related, two different things.
Now,
chosen.
No. Go ahead, Sean.
Okay. Chosen and I should have took the time to look this up, but from my understanding and belief of it, is when you've been especially picked out.
right.
Like
Right.
you've been chose for this task.
Right.
And as far as selected, that means that there were other options. There were other
Can I say something?
options for the assignment that was because when you're chosen for something,
Because now you have to
that's an
choose.
assignment that was specifically made for you.
Right, for that
When
person.
selected, meaning that you was picked out of an assortment.
Timmy,
right.
Don't do it. Sean, go ahead.
That's it. That's what I got.
This is the Still a Man podcast. See you guys next week. God bless you.